German tank crews entered the war believing they were fighting with the most advanced armored vehicles ever built. Thicker armor, bigger guns. Precision engineering pushed to its absolute limits. On paper, German tanks like the Panther and the Tiger clearly outmatched the American Sherman. And German crews knew it. They expected American tanks to burn easily, to shatter under direct fire, to retreat when faced with superior firepower. Early encounters seemed to confirm this belief. Shermans were destroyed in large numbers, sometimes within minutes. But as the war dragged on, something deeply unsettling began to happen. Despite their technical superiority, despite their fearsome reputation, German tank units kept losing ground, again and again. What German crews never fully understood was that the Sherman's greatest advantage had nothing to do with armor thickness or gun caliber. It was something far more dangerous. The Sherman tank was not designed to win duels. It was designed to win wars. American engineers made choices that confused and even angered German observers. The Sherman was simpler, less refined, easier to build, easier to fix, easier to transport across oceans and continents. Where German tanks were masterpieces of engineering pride, the Sherman was part of a system. It was a tool built to function inside a vast industrial and logistical machine. If a Sherman broke down, it could be repaired quickly. If it was damaged, spare parts were available. If it was destroyed, another one was already on the way. German tanks, by contrast, required specialized crews, rare components, and long repair times. A single mechanical failure could remove a Panther from combat for weeks, sometimes forever. At first, German crews welcomed encounters with Shermans. They destroyed them in large numbers and recorded impressive kill ratios. But then, something strange began to happen. After successful engagements, the battlefield did not empty. More Shermans arrived, and then more, and then more still. American doctrine did not rely on individual tank superiority. It relied on mass, replacement, and relentless pressure. For every Sherman knocked out, two more were already moving forward. Trains unloaded them. Ships delivered them. Repair crews recovered damaged vehicles and returned them to service. German crews slowly realized that destroying Shermans did not stop the advance. It barely slowed it. This constant presence had a psychological effect. German tankers were trained to value individual excellence, precision gunnery, and tactical superiority. But they were now facing an enemy that treated tanks as expendable tools within a much larger machine. American armored units could absorb losses without collapsing. German units could not. Every destroyed German tank was a serious loss. Every experienced crewman killed was almost impossible to replace. Over time, German formations became technically powerful but operationally fragile. The real advantage of the Sherman was not steel or firepower. It was reliability. Shermans could drive long distances without breaking down. They consumed fuel more efficiently. They could be repaired near the front lines. American armored divisions moved with recovery vehicles, mobile workshops, and supply columns that followed closely behind the fighting. Damaged Shermans were often back in action within days. German tanks, meanwhile, were increasingly abandoned due to mechanical failures, lack of fuel, or missing spare parts. Many were destroyed by their own crews simply because they could not be recovered. Another factor German crews underestimated was crew survival. The Sherman was designed with escape hatches, internal layout considerations, and standardized components that increased the chances of survival when hit. While Shermans did burn, crews often escaped and returned to fight again. German tanks, especially later models, were harder to escape under fire. As casualties mounted, German units lost not just machines, but experienced men. American crews, by contrast, were rotated, replaced, and reinforced continuously. Training pipelines never stopped. By 1944, the imbalance was impossible to ignore. German tank commanders reported that they were fighting the same battles repeatedly, winning tactically, but losing operationally. Every engagement drained irreplaceable resources. Every kilometer of retreat made recovery harder. Meanwhile, American armored units seemed to regenerate endlessly. The Sherman was not impressive on its own, but in numbers, supported by logistics, fuel, air power, and maintenance, it became overwhelming. German engineers had built tanks to dominate the battlefield. American planners had built a system to dominate the war. That difference decided everything. The Sherman did not need to be better than German tanks. It only needed to be good enough, and available in numbers the enemy could never match. In the end, German tank crews never realized that the true advantage of the Sherman was not what it could destroy, but how easily it could be replaced. Wars are not won by the strongest weapon alone. They are won by the systems that keep fighting long after strength runs out. This is one of the wars that changed the world.